Today we will be talking about types of ineffective listening by Gasal, Andrea, and Michael. Listening might not always be as simple as we think and can require great deals or efforts to obtain better communication results. One of the initial steps towards becoming a better listener is being able to distinguish the factors that can contribute to ineffective listening. These factors can be poorly seen in our everyday behaviors and could be the cause of many communication problems that we might be having. Therefore, identifying these behaviors could be the initiation of better listening as well as communication. In this video, we will be covering the 7 types of ineffective listening.
Pseudo-listening is an imitation of listening when actually the listener's mind is occupied elsewhere. Now think to yourself, while engaged in a conversation with a friend, have you ever looked them in the eye, smiled at them, and even nod your head in agreement to them at times when you were not actually paying attention to what they were saying, but instead thinking of where to go for dinner that night? If you have, then you are being a pseudo-listener at that time. Many times pseudo-listeners ignore the speaker because they have something more important in mind, or the very simple reason that they are bored of listening to that person. They use a smiling or even answering once in a while so that the speaker believes that the other person is still listening to them. It's also known as counterfeit communication. The following video will show a demonstration of pseudo-listening.
Do these tests, and in the meantime it would be great if you can eat mild food and nothing spicy, and I'll also write you a prescription. And as I have told you before, stomach ulcers are very dangerous, so you should be careful and take really good care of yourself.
Stage hogging is the style of listening where the receiver is more interested in turning the focus of the conversation to themselves. These listeners are called stage hogs or conversation narcissists. One of the strategies to use when stage hogging is the shift response, which, as mentioned before, is changing the focus of the conversation to themselves than listening to the speaker. Another strategy used by stage hogs is interrupting the speaker, which can cause rifts between the speaker and interrupter. Now we will see a demonstration of stage hogging.
So all you need to do is go for runs and hiking. In fact, when I had this problem, I used to go running and hiking.
Oh, hiking is no problem. I'm so good at it. I can always do it. In fact, yesterday I just went hiking with my friends.
Selective listening is a style of listening where the receiver only picks up the messages that appeal to them. Selective listening can be justifiable at times depending on the situation. For example, when hearing the specials in a restaurant but only paying attention to chicken items. However, selective listening can hurt our loved ones if applied in a personal setting. Insulated listening is where the listener ignores or does not acknowledge undesirable information. They can simply smile or answer and quickly forget what the speaker just said. Often the listeners do not want to deal with the topic being discussed. An example of insulated listening can be a nutritionist telling a heart patient to exercise more and avoid oily food. In return, the patient will nod his head and forget what he just said and told seconds after. I've seen lots of people, especially when I work out with, who are told they need to work out because they are overweight or unhealthy, but they just smile and nod their head and don't even listen to them. They think that they can solve their problems on their own. So you can see this becoming a serious problem in the health world too. Defensive listening. So defensive listening can occur when the receiver takes the speaker's remarks as an attack. Often the receiver is using defensive listening as a way to turn their own insecurities on the speaker. Many factors in the listener's personal life can be the cause of this behavior. In the following video, we will see an example of defensive listening.
As you're a doctor, it's my duty to tell you that maybe you should try some medications for your depression.
You think I'm crazy?
I didn't mean to.
I thought you were the only person who didn't think I was crazy.
Ambushers listen closely to the speaker with the motive of gathering information that they will later use against you or what you say. Lawyers often use this type of listening when listening to a witness testimonials in order to defend their client. This behavior can automatically cause a defensiveness in the other person. The following video shows a demonstration of ambushing in a conversation.
I know how you must be feeling. I was overweight as a child, but you need to lose some weight so you can become healthier.
Oh, so just because you were fat and unhappy, so now you're calling me fat?
Insensitive listening occurs when the listener is unable to recognize the feelings of the speakers as they are hiding behind subtle words. Insensitive listening is when the listener accepts the speaker's words at face value. those were the 7 types and examples of ineffective listening. Hopefully, you can now avoid these mistakes in your everyday life and become a better listener. Thanks for watching this presentation.